I'm sorry?
Jesus was a good Jew. Why should they kill him?
So you're mad at the Jews for killing Jesus, and you're a Jew?
I'm not mad.
Right. I don't get angry. So you're not mad at the Jews for killing Jesus?
I love Jesus. I should.
That's not the question.
I don't know the rest of the story.
Oh. Oh, okay.
But it's not a reason to get mad.
Are you mad at the Jews for killing Jesus?
No.
You heard about that?
Yes.
There's this like movement of people that are mad at the Jews for killing Jesus, but we won't get into that today. But I do want to deal with that one day. I really do. And I really want, because, okay, I do want to deal with that. I am going to deal with that one day. You want to come up closer in the back? Wait a Come on up. Everybody look at it while she walk up here. Welcome to Fellowship. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you all for being here. Happy 4th of July. I have on my 4th of July shirt celebrating my country that is going to hell in a handbasket. But I still love it. All right, so get ready for your questions and comments on the YouTube channel there, and Hake will pass them on to me. Amazing. Good morning, y'all, and happy 4th of July. Good morning. Everybody had a good 4th? Yes. I heard that some guy had a firecracker in his hand or something, and it blew his head off. Y'all heard about that? Oh, you heard, huh? That's nice. What a mess, huh? Fires everywhere, so happy 4th of July. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Jesse, I have a question. What, as we in America work to accept everything and everyone and everything, how come the more we accept, the more anger we see? Like, why does that make everybody more mad?
Because the darkness hate the light.
But the light should be the accepting of everyone.
Not from the darkness.
Heard.
And human beings are evil, they're dark, they're wicked, and they hate the light.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
And since you already have the mic, what have you learned about yourself since coming to these meetings, the whole time you've been coming? Tell us what you've gotten from them about you.
I've accepted that I'm evil, and that I really, really like to be liked, and that's something that I'm working on. The questions that you ask or the assignments that you pose cause us to go within, and the more within we go, the more we're able to see. I think that is what I have discovered about myself, is that I've been blind to a lot of things, and I've been paying attention to everything on the outside. And when I go inside, I am uncomfortable, or the not me. And it took me a long time to accept the not me because I just did not see it. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to hear it. But I am really embracing the not me. And that part of me is evil, and, or not part of me, is evil, and it's a bully. It likes to be in control. It likes mess. It likes me to cry, or it likes to make me cry. And it's drawn on emotions, and it's just a big old mess. And the good part is that I don't have to do anything except to watch it and be still and let the light do or let God do what he designed me and this thing to do. And it's not easy. I will say that too.
And why not?
Because I associate with the not me. And sometimes the not me is really, really loud. Like it just will not stop talking. It won't stop doing what it does. And so sometimes when I'm unconscious, I can go a whole day without not even being conscious and just doing things. And I almost feel like I can't get out. I'm just trapped. And then I come back to myself and realize there's nothing to be worried about. There's nothing to be afraid of. And another thing I learned about myself is that I am a thrill seeker, or the not me is a thrill seeker. So there's a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The young lady in the black, what did she say, and ask her a question?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Tell us what she just said, and then ask her a question about what she said.
Well, she basically said, from what I got from it, that there's an evil spirit that lives within her that she struggles with most of the time. And she is aware of it, and I believe because she's aware of it and she sees it, that she's shining a light on it, so she knows she doesn't have to do anything to get rid of it other than just watch it and just let it, I don't know, just let it disappear, because she has her eyes on it. She's watching it, and she knows that it's real. And I believe as long as she knows that it's real and that it resides in her and she keeps watching it, she'll outgrow it, I believe.
Ask her a question about her. Or about what she said, blah, blah, blah.
Why do you said you like attention? Did she say she likes attention or she likes thrill seeking?
She loved her thrills.
She does. Okay, why do you love your thrills?
Can we get a mic over here somewhere?
I think the thrills are attached to feelings and emotions, and when they're not there, sometimes the not me gets really afraid that I will be able to see it more. So I think the thrills keep me distracted and keep me busy. And I used to think that the thrills were what made me feel something. I thought feeling something was what made me human. And so I think that there was somewhat of a love affair with thrills, good and bad. And when they're not there, it becomes really still. And the not me hates that.
Amazing. Did you do the assignment this past week?
Myself?
Do you know about the assignment? I mean, the biblical question, not the assignment.
No,
Oh, are you a tumbleweed?
am I a tumbleweed?
Right.
No,
And why do you say no?
because I'm just not. I'm just not.
And
A
why
tumbleweed just rolls and picks up and keeps rolling, right? We're
Right.
talking about the tumbleweed in the desert?
Right, the ones in the cotton field.
And okay, I don't know about that.
Oh, you didn't
But-
pick cotton?
No, I was born in Arkansas, but my family came out here when I was 8 months old.
Oh, man, you escaped.
Yes, I did.
James told me that this guy on my shirt,
Uh-huh.
who was it, Abraham Lincoln? Yeah. He didn't like Abraham Lincoln. And I'm like, why not? He said, because Abraham Lincoln wanted to free the slaves. And the people down south didn't like him because he fought to free the slaves. That's why James hated him.
Okay. Okay. that makes sense.
But you say you're not a tumbleweed?
No,
And why do you say you're not?
because I'm always trying to be in the present. I'm always trying to, without trying to figure it out, understand where I should be and where I should not be. And because it's just important to be in the spirit, in the sense, I love that part of me, that I'm always trying to be in the spirit and not trying to figure out what's next, but let the next thing come to me, definitely if it's positive. And that's how I grow. And so maybe I'm picking up something from being somewhat of a tumbleweed. I don't know, because sometimes I get tricked into being somewhere I shouldn't be. But as soon as I'm aware of that, then I remove myself, or I start working out a way to get away from it. Even people.
Nice.
And it works.
I've known you for a long time, and you haven't aged. Your black definitely don't crack. She like looked 30 years ago. She looked the
Yes,
same.
for 30 years.
Haven't gotten fatter or skinnier or older.
Okay,
or,
thank you.
It's weird.
Thank you. I love that.
You must have been drinking electrolytes in your water.
I do drink apple cider vinegar with 8 ounces of water in the morning. I do.
Every morning?
I try to do it every morning, but not every morning, no.
That's amazing.
But I did try on 2 dresses before this one fit. So,
Right on.
for the record.
Well, you look well. You look the same.
Thank you.
In 30 years, you've not changed.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Appreciate that.
Did you communicate with people without agreeing or disagreeing this week?
Yes and no.
Meaning?
Meaning there were people that I didn't agree with or disagree with, and then there was people that I completely disagreed with.
But the assignment was to communicate without agreeing nor disagreeing.
So I got a D minus.
And why do you do it the whole time?
It's tough to do anything the whole time.
Meaning what?
Meaning I haven't conquered that part of my personality just yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay. And what was it like communicating without agreeing nor disagreeing?
It was very nice.
Meaning?
No tension.
Tell us. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, people will, we'll take an example of somebody at work who wants to start some
Right.
stuff. And you don't bite. And you just kind of nod your head. And I think the key phrase I'm using now is, I understand. Because that's not agreeing or disagreeing. It seems to end it. And it feels pleasant to not be arguing with people over things that aren't going to change the world anyways.
Nice.
Yeah,
So you like that?
I did.
Okay.
It
Amazing.
seems the way.
Tell us how you have been helped in these meetings since coming.
Well, sometimes I wonder if I'm being helped because there are times when I'm actually more miserable.
More miserable?
Yeah,
Nice.
or at least I feel that way for a period of time, and then I realize that it's just that my awareness is stronger. And so it's the agony of the ego dying. And I can't seem to let go sometimes. It's hard. But at least I'm aware of it, which I wasn't before.
Nice.
But I still have, I would say if we're doing percentiles, I'm 60% better. Working on 61.
And how are you able to measure percentile in this type of work?
Well, let's just say the homework assignment is don't agree or disagree with somebody, and your interactions that you have with people, if you have 100 interactions, you have 40 fails,
Right. Oh, okay.
60 victories.
I got you. Amazing. If you're not getting worse in these meetings, it's not working.
Oh, so that's a good thing.
Uh-huh.
Great, finally.
If you're not getting worse, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You should not be getting better.
But you're
This
talking
is
about,
one hospital you come to get worse at.
are you talking about inside, right?
I'm sorry?
It's not that your life and all the things that you have to do are getting worse. It's inside, the turmoil inside.
Right, inside.
Right. Okay,
I'm
good.
not, that's, every time Jesus spoke, most of the people thought that he meant outside. But I'm talking about inside too.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
If you're not getting worse within, it's not working.
Well, I guess I'm on the right track then.
You are. If you're getting worse, you are.
Oh, yeah. Can I answer the tumbleweed question?
Are you a tumbleweed?
I was, but now I'm stuck in the fence.
Meaning what?
Well, you've driven through Palmdale.
Yes.
You see the tumbleweeds roll until they hit something.
Right.
So bond is like that fence.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
I need some water, though.
You need water?
Yeah.
Up.
Which is every Sunday coming here.
Right on. Thank God for these meetings. I've been coming every Sunday, women's forum and men's forum.
I got to get to that one. Why is it every time something in me says, don't go down there?
Because Satan would rather for you to be at a meeting where you're hooping and hollering, lifting
Yeah.
a holy hand, praising
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
or at a firework, or at a party, anywhere but at these meetings.
Yeah.
Because you're truly seeking, and you're starting to discover Him. He doesn't want to be found out. Nowhere else do they have these kind of meetings.
No.
And that's why He doesn't want you here. If you wanted to go somewhere else, you're like, yeah, go.
You know, I used to go to like a church, I'm not going to say what it was, but
Right.
I always had questions. And the pastor would come out, and I thought in my naive way that he was there to answer some of the questions on his sermon. But every time I asked, he gave me a crazy look.
Yeah.
And then eventually, because it was a mega church, his security started looking at me, and I have no way to explain to them that I'm not a threat. I just wanted to know what he meant by this. Right? So you definitely are the only church that you can talk to the pastor, ask him questions, and that makes a huge difference.
You're not supposed to ask the hypocrites because they don't want you to know that they don't know.
Right.
They don't want you to know they don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on.
Yeah. Amazing, huh? Mm-hmm. Any other questions before I move on here? Nice. You had a question about getting worse.
I don't think that was a well, maybe I asked the question with my eyes.
You did.
I did. I just feel like there wasn't enough context to the statement that you made, that if you're not getting worse.
If you're not becoming more afraid, if you're not becoming more pain in your bodies, if you're not becoming more lonely, if you're not becoming anything, you're not getting better. If someone cannot attack you and you react, you're not getting better. If someone call you names or say something about you and you inwardly get mad, you're not getting better.
That's almost if you look at it from what we're all here for, well, let me just talk about me. It's interesting that you say that because you're right. I think there's this misconception that if you get here, then you will be, quote unquote, better. But as you just described that, it's almost very psychic-like because that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. But what's interesting is that before, I was justified, or I found justification in my anger, and now I am able to see it. and not judge myself, because that comes on very quickly.
Yeah.
But I'm able to see it. So great job, Jesse.
Going through hell, and you could bank on this. Hold the mic for a minute. You could bank on this. If you stay with this and don't give up, going through hell, it's going to take all you have to go through hell and not fight back. Really. It's going to take, you're going to have to remember this word. If y'all ever want to take note with some of the stuff you can, you're going to have to completely surrender. Completely. And it's going to feel as though there's nothing or nobody to hold on to, and God will save you. He is not going to help you as long as you're holding on to anything, anyone, pretense, or anything. He's not going to help you. It's when you 100% give up. When you can walk down the road or be at work or at the supermarket, or if you're married and you and your husband or wife fight and you don't respond at all, you're surrendering. It feels like you are getting worse, but you're getting better. When you can have that fight and don't feel anything. You wake up in the morning, guys, and you're all smiling. And your wife wakes up and look over. She's like, what's wrong with you? What are you dreaming about? Or who are you dreaming about? And she go off. And you still wake up with your smile and never argue with her about it, never say anything. You're getting better, but you're getting worse. But you're getting better because you're going through that hell. And to the fathers who are paying all this money to go to court for your children and talk about how much you love them, and you miss your children, and blah, blah, blah. When you're able not to cut the baby in half, you're going to get worse, but you're going to get better because you're overcoming that too, even your own children. Okay, you want the children? Take them. You can have them. And the pain is so great because Satan tell you, oh, you don't love your children. You miss your children so bad. What about your children? And you can know that it's a lie, but go through it anyway. You will get worse, but you'll get better. You got it. You're not going to get through hell until you get worse. And worse ain't pretty because you've never allowed yourself to get worse. You've always reached outside for something. Somebody want to leave you, you cry. Don't leave me, don't leave me. I love you. I did all this for you. Have you noticed that you can do a whole bunch of things for people or a person and that person still treats you bad? And you wonder, how you treat me this way? I did all this for you. It doesn't change the spirit of the person. That person is still evil. No matter what you do, it's just physical stuff. And physical things do not change the heart at all. I did all I could do for my children. I gave them everything. And they still hate me. They didn't do anything for the heart. But yes, that makes sense?
Yeah, so the anger, the feelings, the frustration, the wanting to lash out, that doesn't go away. It's just you don't do anything about it.
That's right.
Ah, okay. So can I ask this question?
Yes.
Is it ever going to go away? Should I not ask that question?
If you go, yeah, you can ask that. It's a good question. It's all right. If you go all the way through hell, you'll get to heaven and the pain will disappear. You will literally have a clear mind and a free heart. I promise you that. And the world cannot touch you. You will be in control not only of your world, but of the universe. And nothing can touch you without you trying, because you will be in this world, but you will not be of it. You will be in the new world. And you will live from that world, and nothing or no one can touch you. Without even trying to call people like, you can't hurt my feelings. They be lying. When someone say you can't hurt my feelings, I don't care, just know they lying. You can hurt their feelings. Because if it wasn't true, you wouldn't need to say it. When you're free, you don't need to say it. You're just free.
I have one more question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So when you work on yourself, when I'm working on myself, is there a time when the thoughts are just so crazy? Like even the thoughts of working on myself, even the thoughts of what would Jesse say or what should I be doing in this moment? All of those thoughts are so loud sometimes.
Yes.
Can I just tell that part of me to shut up?
You could, no.
That's what I thought. Because that's doing something.
You can't tell the devil to shut up. You have no authority to do that. But what you can then do is stop identifying with the devil. Don't call it you. You're not your thoughts. You're not your feelings, the good feeling or the bad one. You're not your body. And all of your life, you have, when your mother traumatized you, because you were a little kid, you identify only with God. You didn't identify with anything else. That's why you didn't hold things against people. Your mother be all mean to you, then she say, I'm sorry. You're like, oh, okay. And then the next morning, she carried on again, right? And because you were able to just forgive and not hold anything against anyone. But then you became angry. And the moment you became angry, you left the kingdom of heaven and you went into hell of your imagination, of your thoughts. And then you stayed there because no one told you, hey, don't get angry about that. It doesn't mean anything. Don't identify with that. Speak up, but don't be mad. And you start to identify with thoughts and feelings. And you call them you. I'm mad. I feel good. I feel lonely. I feel doubt. I feel discriminated against. I feel this and that. And you start identifying with evil and you call it you. And you forgot about God, but you have nothing but misery. You still have emotions and thoughts and feelings, and you always try to please somebody or yourself because you're one with evil. And then you pray. You pray, oh Lord, please help me, Jesus. God, take care of my mom and my daddy. Help my children. And God don't even hear your prayer. He doesn't hear it at all because you're praying to the devil. You're literally praying to the devil. He said, you don't even know what to ask for. You don't know what to pray for. Be still and let me take over. I'll take care of it. Think not about tomorrow or about yesterday. You think you worried about tomorrow or yesterday.
Got it.
He said, the world teaches us, our parents literally set us up to have a hard life. And then we go to church, and the church add on to it. And the expert add on. They teach you not to be free, but to live enslaved. They tell you to be right. Be right. Treat everybody right. They tell you to treat everybody good. Say thank you, or you welcome, and all that, right? And you grow up trying to be right, but you only get worse. There's not one human being who has ever walked this earth tried to be right and got better. They only got worse. They tell you to fight. You got to fight. You got to stand up for yourself. And all your life you stand up for yourself and you lose every time. God said, don't stand up for yourself. Lay your weapon down. Don't fight. But our parents in the world tell us to fight, and you go through a whole life fighting, getting nowhere. You don't know about not fighting. That's where you're going to get somewhere. The world tell you, be aggressive. You got to go for what you want. You got to go for it. And God said, you don't. I add it all to you. All you need to do is be one with me. I'm your father, and I'll take care of you. But the world tells us to be aggressive, and you don't.
But how do you know when you're planning something, like just planning 6 months from now, I'm going to go back to school, I'm going to get this trade, I'm going to pick up this trade, it'll help me get farther. How do you know if it's your planning, or are you supposed to have a wait and see about everything? Because if you have a wait and see about everything, nothing will get done.
Meaning what? What won't get done? You won't go to school?
How do you know it's you and not, how do you know when it's you or when it's him?
Let's say you want to go to school to learn a trade. Are you saying that won't get done?
I'm saying, how do you know it's you, me,
Let's say
pushing
you decide
something?
let's say you decide you want to go to school. I want to go to school to learn how to
Be an electrician.
pick cotton.
I don't want to pick cotton. I don't want that.
Why don't you want to pick? What's wrong with picking cotton?
I like.
Don't judge
I
me.
don't like having rough hands.
It's fun picking cotton. But let's say you want to learn a trade. So you say, I'm July 2025, 26, I'm going to school.
Right.
Make a note of it and forget about it. And when it's time to go, go.
Okay.
That's how you do that. You don't live by that.
Okay.
But you've been living by your thoughts and imagination and emotions, and that's what hell is.
But let me just ask. I've got some. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. This is-
Let's just say you did set it up where you were going to school,
Right.
right? And then after you did it,
Oh.
right when you signed it, all these crazy thoughts, like, what were you doing? That was just you. That wasn't God. Everything, like, it just went crazy. Like, your thoughts just start going crazy.
I understand.
What is that about? Like,
Don't-
now I'm questioning everything. Like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I just pushed some button and everything just went cray-cray.
So you communicate with evil.
But why did the evil do that when all I did was say I was going back to school?
Because you've always obeyed it all your life. You've been one with it. And now when it talks to you about anything, you say, yes, Satan. Rather than not calling it you and doing nothing about it. And when you go to school, you're not going to school to get somewhere. Going to school does not get you anywhere. The only thing that going to school does, unless you get so many degrees you think you're God or something, right, is get you a job.
Right.
But getting you a job is getting you nowhere.
Right.
And so a lot of people think they're going to school because they want to get somewhere. And so when they get a degree, they get nowhere. They wonder what happened.
Right.
There's nowhere to get.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just
Okay.
go to school to get a
And to
trade.
get the job.
And that's it, not an identity.
Right.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah, it is amazing. Thank you, Jesse.
All right. The young lady, yes.
I had a question about your analogy about the husband and wife fighting.
Right.
You mentioned that instead of, from everything that I've learned, the wife should sit in the pain of the anger. Let's just say he's calling her out and he's giving her truth.
Right.
I believe that you mentioned that the wife should sit in that and let it go. And from her work, her prayers, and her continuous, like, looking outwards and being in the presence, it will allow her to realize that she's overreacting in that moment if
Yes.
she's upset. But you're saying today so that she can grow more, that she should get angry and release that. Is that
No.
what you're saying? You're saying the opposite.
She should live with the anger. Or he should live with it. Let's say that he's telling her, get up and wash the dishes, you lazy slut. Or something, right? What? You don't know what a slut is? No! And let's say he's calling her all these names, or she is calling him all kind of names. You no good, you don't provide, you drunk, or whatever, right?
Right.
He should totally take it, or she should take it.
Right.
And don't argue about it at all, but feel the pain. Because if it's true, and if he deal with it, he or she will overcome that.
Right.
That will be taken away from him or her, and then they'll say it again, it won't move you at all. Not at all. You won't be bothered by it because you're not part of the dark world anymore. You're not in your thoughts and about your ego cannot be offended because you don't have one. Christ said, you don't have to be you any longer. You don't have to be you any longer. You don't have to be that false self of
Right.
thoughts and emotions and looking for love. That's why relationships don't work, because men and women put effort into a relationship to try to make them work. And if you got to put an effort into it, it's from evil, it's not from good. If God give you a husband or give a man a wife, there's no effort to it at all. It just happens naturally. But if you go out and get one from the world, from Satan, at church or anywhere else, you're going to be fighting the morning after the honeymoon, and sometime before that. And so if you got to fight with her or him, you shouldn't be with him. It's not from God.
Oh, that's deep.
You're trying to make something happen. Everything that God gives to us is already perfect. It's already done. You're already his daughter. All you need to do is live. And so let's say that you married the wrong man, and he's all mad, and he want to leave. And you have a house full of children, and he's like, I'm out of here, goodbye. Instead of crying, don't go, don't go, don't go. You're like, oh, okay, see you later. No problem. Because your love comes from above, not from another person.
Right.
All your needs are met from above and not from another person. And so if
Right.
he walks out, fine. Why? If you hurt, if you cry and you hurt, it's something wrong with you. We are not supposed to hurt. We were not created to hurt. We were not created to feel any pain at all. You're only feeling the pain because Satan is your God, and you call him Lord. We're not supposed to be hurting. And if you're hurting, it's not that somebody else is making you hurt or causing you to hurt. You're hurting because it is out of you. It's already there. And the person outside of you had nothing to do with it at all. It was in you, but you blame others because you can't see. You're asleep. You hurt my feelings. You call me a name. You pretend to be my whatever. I feel mad at you. It's inside of you. And I promise you, if you die from this ego thing, that will never happen to you again.
Right.
That make sense?
Yes, it does. So going back to what you were saying, how should she grow?
How should she grow?
Yes, like run to the pain.
She should grow by living in the light.
Okay.
And so when you stay, Christ said, Christ is the light, right? He is the light. And he said, come unto the light. This is you in the darkness. But he's the light. If you go to the light with all your misery, with your loneliness, your fear, your doubts, your judgment of others and yourself, your lack of love, trying to be like other people, those are evil. Those are evil spirits. And so if you bring that evil unto the light will destroy the darkness, and you will be free. Because it's all evil. And Satan has nothing, evil has nothing to do with the light. Zero. It hates the light, it doesn't want to be near the light, it doesn't want you in the light. That's why I work overtime to keep you from the light. Telling you about this and about that, and be mad and judge others and be lonely and look for this. Because it doesn't want you in the light. So you got to come out of the darkness. Will you come out of those thoughts? By forgiving your mother. I'm telling y'all, you're not going to enter into the freedom, perfect peace, until you forgive your mothers. You got to go to her. Hey, mother, I'm sorry for resenting you. I have become just like you. Every angry person, anyone that has anger, it doesn't matter where you live, how much money you have, where you don't live, whatever. Anyone that has anger is just like their mother. You become like what you hate. Why do you think men act like women? Anytime a man gets angry, he's acting like a woman. He has his mother nature. Men are the light of the world. The light doesn't get mad at the darkness. The light doesn't feel anything from the darkness. But men get angry and they loud and go on just like a woman because they have not overcome the spirit of their mother. And then women are just like their mother too because they hate her. They have the same spirit the mother has. And men end up marrying their mothers, and then women end up marrying their father because fathers are weak. They can't handle the mother because the woman he with is his mother, and he didn't know it. What a mess! What a mess! But we don't have to stay in the mess. All you got to do is admit that you're wrong. I'm wrong for being angry. Yes, you screwed my life up. You turned me away from my father. And the worst thing that can happen to children is to be turned away from their earthly fathers. Because when you turn them away from their earthly father, you turn them away from God. And every woman turn the children away from the fathers because they hate the father, they hate God, and they hate the image of God. And men are the image of God. Even if you're a beta male, he's just a wheat wheat son. You don't have a wheat son. But it's still the image of God. He's been turned away from the father. And all mothers turn children, their sons and daughters, away from God, and you live in hell of your imagination. God said, your thoughts are not mine. Your ways are not mine. Don't believe him. Come out of there and live in the light. Amazing. And you can do it, but you got to suffer through it. You can't learn your way through this. You can't pretend to do this. You have to either do it or not. It's not an act. And you got to travel this journey by yourself. You can't even take your children. You can't take your wife, your husband. Men are not responsible for you to overcome your hell. If you want to live in your hell, he should just let you live in your hell. Bye. You are responsible for that. If you're married, he's responsible for providing if you have children. But other than that, he's not responsible for your misery. You were already screwed up when he met you. He didn't make you that way. You were already screwed up. And he was screwed up when you met him, and two devils got together and they fight. What a mess. But you could be free. I promise you, you can have perfect peace right here. You don't have to wait to die. And I would suggest that you don't wait until you die. The kingdom of heaven is inside of us. And everything we need is there. But you got to overcome the world by dying from the world inside of your mind and outside. You can't make that happen. It will happen if you come to the light. That makes sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Have you been doing the assignment, any of the assignments?
The biblical question, I thought about it.
Are you a tumbleweed?
When I first heard that question, I thought tumbleweed was someone who stumbles constantly. So my first answer was no. But then I thought about it more, and I realized that my natural reaction when something bad happens is to run in a way of like, oh, everything's okay. So I kind of sat with that, and I realized that the answer is probably yes. And so it encourages me every week to really look at my inner issues and grow.
Amazing. Thank you. Any other questions or anything?
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. The young lady behind you. I saw your hand, right?
That was a while ago with Maribel,
But go ahead.
but that's fine. No, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, he had his hand
Oh, hold on a minute.
up. Okay.
Women always try to control that, huh? Have you been living a life without judging with thoughts, eyes, words, and gestures and things like that? Have you been living that way?
Why are you saying that, Jesse?
What?
You saw me sitting here twitching or what?
No, but that's the assignment. The assignment is to live without judging, period.
I know, I
With
remember.
thoughts, eyes, words, like, look at her, she thinks she's something else. Or just, oh, look, have you been living that way?
No,
And why not?
because it's hard. I mean, it is hard. Because I don't know, it's a natural instinct for me to just right away, I find it easy to judge.
And why?
Because it's easy. Because even myself, I can say I'm pretty stupid, but I feel like humans are stupid, and it's like, oh, I get to judge because they're stupid.
So you judge stupid people because you're stupid?
Well, I'm not stupid.
Did you say that?
But, yeah, but I'm not stupid. I mean, whatever.
not
We're not
stupid?
saying that. Anyway. It's
When did
okay,
you
look.
not be, no.
After we had that chat where I told you I was going to that women's retreat, whatever, my judging
Oh, I
has
forgot
gone
about
down.
that one.
It's gone down a lot.
How does judgment go down?
It doesn't.
Either you have it or you don't have it.
It doesn't.
What do you mean it gone down?
Well, I'm not quick to judge because I try to stay present a lot more now. If I'm not present, that's where I notice that I start judging right away. But then I can catch those thoughts, and I'm just like, okay, I know I'm doing wrong.
Okay.
So it's still a work in progress. And then I did the whole disagree and not disagree.
So did you communicate with people without agreeing nor disagreeing?
Sometimes.
Meaning what?
I feel like that guy over there, how he felt, where like sometimes, yes, you agree, but yet you don't, and then you don't know how to respond to something, and you're just kind of like, I understand. But then
What's
deep down, I'm judging. So I don't know.
What's difficult about having a conversation with someone and not agreeing nor disagreeing? What's difficult about doing that? How come that is difficult to do?
Because my feelings get triggered at that point.
Say that again.
My feelings get triggered.
Repeat
Like,
that.
I mean, the feelings get triggered.
No, you're right about the feelings. If you didn't have the feelings, would you be able to agree or disagree with someone?
No, I know that. But it's so hard because like certain conversations that I have, I'm just like, I get all emotional and I know I shouldn't, but I do.
Right. Okay.
So that's, but I did really good on 4th of July.
Meaning what? Meaning what?
It was gonna get political and I kind of just stopped because I could have gone down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
With a family member that is just like, yeah, we're not doing this.
And so you almost started a conversation and you stopped?
Well, no, he started the conversation and I decided to stop it because I felt those feelings getting ready to go down this rabbit hole with this guy, and I was like, we're not doing this today.
And so did you tell them that or you just stopped?
It was a little bit of both. It was just kind of like, well, why don't you go ask a higher up and then figure it out, and then the conversation just kind of like ended there.
I want to encourage you the next time something happens like that, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
If you're about to argue and you catch yourself about to go into an argument with someone, just stop. Just stop. Don't go with it at all, and you're going to shock the ego by just stopping because it want you to argue.
It does.
It want you to disagree, but you just stop and don't say anything. It's going to shock it. It's going to scream at you. It's going to say, you look stupid. They just look at you. You need to say something. Don't say it. And it will fade away. Learn to shock the ego.
Okay.
You don't have to respond. And don't let it make you respond. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Nice. So have you been giving your husband hell?
Probably. Maybe.
Maybe. And you just proud of it, huh?
No. Have I given you hell?
Okay.
He better
Have
not
you been
answer
doing
that.
it? You know, you need to know you, not him.
I don't think I have. I think I don't know. No, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I've gotten really good.
So have you or haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Why is it so hard to say yes, I have?
Because I feel like I've gotten better, but I'm pretty sure
But
that
I didn't ask you if you've gotten better. I asked are you still giving hell?
Yeah, I am.
Amazing.
I know.
And how are you dealing with her hell?
I've been doing a whole lot of not responding to any of it.
Okay.
I just watch it.
And when you don't respond, does she get worse or better?
Worse,
Yeah.
and then worse,
Yeah.
and then better.
Oh, okay. Amazing. You had a question for me. Oh,
Yeah,
comment.
you were asking people what they've learned since they've been here, so I just wanted to share what I've learned.
Okay, how have you been helped since coming to these meetings? You.
I've been more aware of what shaped me to the person that I am and how the thoughts have guided me. Well, not guided me, more like pushed me to making decisions in my life that weren't always the best, or they seemed like they were the best. I've learned that the devil is 100% in control of this earth, and he hates us. He hates us because God loves us. And the devil cannot hurt God, so his way of getting back to God is by damaging us. So ever since we were little, he started with our parents. And our parents screwed us up.
Yeah.
And then we went to school, that screwed us up. And then the church did nothing but make us fear the devil, and that's exactly what he wanted.
Absolutely.
He wants us to fear him, because that fear is where he can grab us. It's kind of like in horror movies, the villain in a horror movie can't get you unless you're afraid. And that's how the devil
thing
works.
about Satan, he had no power at all. All power has been
No.
taken away from him. He has none. And so if he's not able to convince you in your imagination, in your thoughts, and make you feel a certain way, nothing will happen. But you believe him, he's able to convince you, and you act it out, and he laugh at you. And then when you act out one thing, and that didn't work, you go back to the mind and consult with the devil again. And he give you some more advice, and you go do it, and he laugh at you. People get married 10, 11, 8, 3, 2 times. They're married, and I counsel with men and women all the time around the world. I hear it all the time. They're married, this woman or this man, and then this thing don't work out, and Satan tell them, oh, that's the wrong one. Go and get someone else. And they consult with the devil, and they go and get the same person. A different name, different body, but it's the same spirit. And they do it over and over again, but they keep going back to the mind and getting advice from the devil. They don't know that all thoughts are all lies all the time, and they should not consult with them. And they keep repeating the same thing over and over again because they still consulting with the devil, with the lie.
It's kind of like in how the disciples were with Christ. Christ, at the end of the day, when they would go out and whatever they did, he would always go alone and pray. He would always go sit in the corner away from all the noise and pray while the disciples kept talking and they kept consulting with each other, and they didn't want to sit still in the presence of God.
Right.
And that's what God says, be still. So what I've learned a lot, what's helped me the most is just being present, being still.
100%.
Because my mind, my emotions, it's just chaos. I
All
almost
you
cursed.
need to do is stay away from thoughts. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Practice being present. Everything you want, everything you are, everything you need is always right here. It's never in the past or the future. It's always here. And that's the last place evil want you. It doesn't want you in the present because it can't come in the present. It has to bring you into the past. That's where evil dwells. Amazing. Stay with it, man. Yes, ma'am.
So can we go back to like how the child has to go back to the father,
Yes.
like the human father form here?
Yes.
Okay, so with Zeke, I feel like he wanted that with his dad, and he's there now, but he's almost there forced. At least that's what like he's mentioned.
He's almost what?
Like he goes in a forced form. Like he doesn't want to, but his dad makes him.
Right.
And he kind of wants me to tell like his dad, like, hey, don't, he can't go this weekend or whatever. But then Zeke will say like, hey, he makes me feel bad, so I have to go. And we've told him, like, I think you should forgive him because he doesn't know any better. He lives with the mom, he lives with the grandma, he lives with everybody in the house. And so Zeke is at the point where he doesn't want to, but wants to go. And I don't stop him, but I don't know what to do sometimes.
How old is he now?
He's 14.
He's old enough to say if he want to go or not. And don't you do it for him.
And right, so he's told me that there's times where he doesn't want to go,
Then he needs to say, I don't want to go.
but his dad makes him feel really guilty.
He got to learn emotions are not good. Emotions are evil. And people control you by your emotions. They make you
Right,
feel
right,
good
right, yep.
and they make you feel bad.
Yeah.
But when you don't have either one, you can't be up and down because emotion doesn't exist. He got to learn that.
Okay.
And just tell him that.
I don't tell, because he'll tell me, hey, can you text him? And I'm like, that's something you have to do
He got to
now.
do it, yeah.
Because he'll be 15 soon. I'm like, so I can't
Right.
hold your hand throughout life and then
Absolutely.
me fight all your battles for you.
So let him suffer until he's ready to wake up.
Okay.
Yeah, just let him
Alright.
say, oh, okay. You know you don't have to if you don't want to stand up. Because if he doesn't stand up now, he's going to be controlled the rest of his life by emotions.
Okay.
People control you by emotions
Yep.
and thoughts.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Okay. All right.
he knows better.
Yeah, he does.
Just so let him suffer.
Okay.
Amazing, huh? Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. I just had a quick question.
Yeah.
So you talk a lot about women destroying their children.
Yes.
And turning them away from their fathers.
All women do. All.
So my question to you is, for those of us mums that are overcoming,
Yes.
do you still feel like we're doing the same thing?
Are you doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Turning them away from the Father?
If we're overcoming and we're conscious and all of that.
About what now?
If we're conscious and we're paying attention and we're
If
overcoming.
you are aware of what, if you're present and you're aware instead of lost in your head, it's impossible to
Okay.
turn them away from the Father.
Okay.
But only if you get angry and you go into your thought, which is not your own imagination,
Okay.
then you would do it.
Okay.
You can only do it in the darkness. You cannot do it in the light.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, let me just check, because I'm trying to be super conscious, especially with my son, to not over mummy him and, you
And
know.
with your daughter too. Don't owe my mommy your daughter either.
Well, her as well, but mostly him as well. Yeah.
What?
Him as well, but both of them.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Just be aware of that and you can't do it.
Okay.
The awareness will not, in the light, there's no darkness, you can't go wrong.
Okay.
It's
Thanks.
impossible. Are you a tumbleweed?
You know what? I don't think I've had enough time to like think about it, because I only heard about this morning, but because we weren't here last week. My first thoughts would be no, because I feel like I'm quite intentional with everything in my life, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're not sure if you're a tumbleweed?
No, I'm not sure.
Are you taking this journey by yourself now, or are you still listening to your husband about the journey?
By myself, and it's still very painful sometimes.
It is painful in what way?
To walk completely alone,
Yeah.
and to know that it's a one-person journey individually for all of us.
Right. No one can take this with you. No one.
Yeah.
Amazing. I remember you used to cry a lot.
I used to cry every week,
I
yeah.
remember that. I just
mean,
thought
that was
about
like
that.
2.5 years ago now, but
You haven't
yes.
cried in a long time.
I rarely cry now, yeah.
Do you realize now when she's crying, she's lying?
He reminds me of it when I do cry.
Yeah.
It's
When
not the
she's
most helpful.
crying, she's lying.
Yeah.
If you want to be destroyed like really fast, believe a woman when she's crying. She will destroy you.
You know, but one second, I have something to say
And
about
not
that.
just what? So what?
I have something literal to say. So I do understand what you're saying, but I still think, like, you know, like when you can be in a disagreement and you're like, sometimes when we're talking about something that's maybe a little bit more serious, a little bit more heated,
Right.
and I've got like some strong opinions on it, and I'm learning just to be quiet, just to shut up, like, and say nothing,
Yeah.
and then just let it die out, and then maybe come back later and have a conversation when those situations happen. But when I tear up in the times that I do cry now, which is a lot more rare compared to before, like, I don't feel like I'm crying because I'm lying. Like, I actually am just like crying out of like frustration or like being irritated.
Right. And
Not so much because what's coming out of my mouth is a lie.
But you're crying because you want it to go your way.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
And
fair
so
enough.
and that's why you get irritated, you cry, because you're trying to make him go your way or the
Yeah.
situation your way.
That's true. It's probably trying to control the situation.
And in all honesty, even when men cry, they're lying too. Anytime human beings are crying, they're lying. Really. Get to know yourself and you'll see. Every time you cry, and while you're trying to overcome this journey, there are going to be moments Satan's going to try to make you cry. You just feel, this is so hard. He's going to try to make you cry. Don't cry. But if you do cry, don't identify with the tears. All right? Amazing. The young man in the hood want to respond. The one with the hood on the head. Where you been, boy?
What the? The prodigal son has returned.
You been waiting on the Lord. Waiting on the Lord. You waiting on you. Are you a tumbleweed?
Yes, sir.
And why you say yes?
Because I'm definitely not in control.
You what?
I'm definitely not in control of where I go and where my life has led to. It's definitely God. And it's funny because the tumbleweed is like led by the wind, and the wind is like the Holy Spirit in a lot of ways. And it's like when you really just trust that, like what God says, I'll make sure my children are fed and taken care of. And once you let go of all that control and thinking that you know where you want to go, I realize I don't know where I want to go. I don't know what I want. And God knows what we need.
And how do you feel not knowing what you want or need? How's that for you?
So freeing. It's like what you talk about with free will. I love that. It's like, if you have free will, why can't you will yourself to be free?
I rest my case.
That shows you that we really don't have free will. It's God's will. And you got to really just sit in that. And when you sit in it, you're just on for the ride. You're just the passenger. You don't got to drive the car.
And have you dropped all of your anger?
Yes.
You have no anger.
No.
Cool. And what is it like living a life with no anger?
Peaceful.
Nice. Amazing. You have any questions or anything?
Well, no, I just wanted to, because you asked about what has this done for,
Oh yeah,
me.
how have you been helped by coming to these meetings? How have you been helped?
I mean, it's hard to even put into words, but obviously overcoming the imagination and the thoughts and going to my mother and forgiving my mother and to my father was very helpful in overcoming anger and just setting a peace in my heart. And I'm able to deal with all people now ever since I had to address my mother because that was a difficult thing, as we know, but it's like now I'm able to take and address, I think, all people.
Right on.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And also like with idols, like even coming here, I made you very much an idol, and I still love you and I appreciate it. But like I had to go through that process of realizing that. I remember one time I had to talk to you about something, and I was like, man, this is like Luke Skywalker having to go talk to like his dad, Darth Vader. And I was like, this is like me going to my dad, and I'm so nervous. But then I had to like pray on it, and I said, really, me and Jesse are both sons.
Yeah.
We're just brothers to the real Father, to God. So it helped me be able to have that conversation with you. And
amazing.
Yeah. So thank you for everything.
Stay with us. You still doing the silent prayer?
Yes, sir.
Amazing. You still waiting on God, he waiting on you?
Yes, sir.
So, okay. So now, remember the assignment to don't judge with thoughts. Don't judge others with thoughts or yourself with thoughts, eyes, words, or gestures. Have you been doing that? Stop judging.
Yeah, I have. But sometimes like, when I see like a really bad outfit, I still be judging sometimes. But
What a beta.
no, I'm just joking. No, I'm definitely being more aware of myself, and being aware and being conscious is a real mind-blowing thing.
Right
Even
on.
like when you walk through doors, be aware that you're walking through the door. Be
Yes.
aware that you're getting into the car. Even
Yeah.
when I wake up in the morning, now I'm aware that I'm putting my feet down on the floor. I'm not just waking up and
Right on.
and running. I'm being intentional and watching every move that I make, and it really slows things down. It's like Jordan talks about, like at the end of the game, everything becomes slow motion, and he's able to like matrix it. It's like being able to just slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's power in stillness, really. And you have power that you don't even know about. You have all authority, all power has been given unto you. And you don't know it because you won with the devil and you're weak. Right on, man. Any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
Get the mic to the young man next to you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have anger?
Yeah, I think I'm the walking, living embodiment of anger.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Yes.
Speak up for me.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Yes, I do have anger.
You do. Why don't you drop your anger?
Yeah, that's what I'm learning here.
You learning what?
To drop the anger.
And so what is this your first time here?
Yes.
And what's your name and how did you hear about us?
My name is Jay. I heard about you from Hassan.
Right on. Any questions first about anything that you've heard or anything? Or working on yourself and all that?
No? none of
Okay.
it.
Why don't you drop the anger?
Oh, I'm deciding to do that after hearing this.
Oh. What would happen to you if you had no anger?
I could be used by God more.
That's for sure. Do you know where your anger came from? How did you become angry?
Just different events throughout my life that I felt didn't add up, where 2 + 2 didn't equal 4. And the answer to why it didn't happen was just somebody just shrugging their shoulders.
The last thing you say, what?
The answer to why the simple math didn't add up or it didn't go my way is that someone just looked at me and shrugged their shoulders.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What has Hassan told you you need to forgive your mother? Your anger came from her?
No, I didn't hear that before today.
Are you serious? He didn't tell you that. What the? No. You're never going to be free until you forgive your mother. You become just like her. You become like what you hate, and the thoughts and the emotions and all that is hers. That's why God said that all who are born of the woman must be born of the Father. So you got to forgive her for what she's done to you when you were a little kid, imposed her will on you, too mothering, too dominating, turning you away from your father. You must go to her. When you can see that, I do have this anger. I'm just like my mother. And go to her, hey, mother, I'm sorry for resenting you. You recreated me in your image, and I can't help myself. I'm just like you. I'm sorry for resenting you. And God will forgive you. Don't ask for forgiveness. You got to admit that you're wrong for judging. Anyone that has anger judges, and anyone that judges play God, and you will never know God. You'll know about him. You hear about him. You'll talk about him, but you won't know him. But you got to face your mother and forgive her. And your father for not protecting you from your mother, he didn't know how to deal with the hell in her. He loved you. He just didn't know how to deal with the hell in your mother because he married his mother. Your mother became his mother, and the cycle repeats itself. So you got to forgive him for not protecting you from her. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I was digesting that from what people was talking about when they were talking earlier. I thought that was, I like this really stern black and white approach.
Yeah.
And it may, or I feel that I see clarity in it.
Right on. And if you could see it a little bit, that God is allowing you to see it. I can't make you see it. No one here can make you see it. Only God allows those to see it who want to see it. He doesn't let everybody see it because most people don't want to see it. Most people love their misery. They love their thrills. They love their hell. One last quick question, then I got to move on. Who are you?
I think of a lot of things when you ask that. I come up with a lot of different answers.
Okay, and give me those answers, some of them.
I'm a son, I'm a father, I'm a king, I'm a student, I'm a teacher, I'm a husband, I'm a leader. Those are the things that come to
Okay.
mind. Yeah.
So those are the things you do, but who are you? You name me all the stuff you do.
Can I cheat off his test?
What a mess. No cheating here, buddy. You told me what you do, and you have kids, what you have, and all that other stuff, but you didn't tell me who you are. Who are you?
I don't know what answer you're looking. I don't know how to answer that.
Did you know you didn't know who you really are? Before now?
Yeah, I must have been looking for something. That's why I pulled up to church, to the meeting.
So you didn't know that you didn't know who you are. Before now, you didn't know who you are. You don't know yourself. You don't know who you are.
Yeah, I think I have those titles like when you're talking about school earlier and people go to school and then I forgot you were talking with her about it earlier, and people go to get degrees to define themselves.
I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a therapist. I'm the president. Okay, but who are you? That's what you do, dummy. But who are you? People don't know who they are. That's why they're lost. What is it like? Last question, then I got to go here. What is it like living a life not knowing who you are? What is it like living that way?
It's like my navigation today is kept rerouting.
What a mess. Any questions or anything?
Where'd you get that shirt from? I want to get one of those.
I love this shirt. It was a gift. Someone gave it to me. If you want it, you can have it. You want it?
Oh, well, not right now, but like later. I think.
I'll give it to you after the meeting. You can have it. Amazing. So any other question or anything? Oh, did Hassan tell you to do the silent prayer so you can learn to be still and let God take over?
No, he didn't tell me that either.
Why haven't you told him these things?
Bro, he's here. I'm having you tell him.
But you are the light too. You just said we are brothers. Christ, we are brothers, you know, and you know the truth, and this is your friend. Why haven't you told him the truth or point the way toward the truth to him? Why have you done that? I really want to know.
No, you're right.
No, that was the question.
I'm sorry. I don't know. It's overwhelming. You know, it's a lot. You know, it's like this is a crazy moment right now because he's like my two favorite people on the planet Earth, and it's like this makes me so happy that this moment is happening. So let's just stay in the positive, Jesse. I don't know. I don't got an answer for you on that one. I'm sorry.
But that's amazing to me. That he is a good friend, I know. You know the truth, how to get to the truth. What he needs to do to get there. And if he accepts it, fine. If he doesn't, fine. But at least you know, and you don't have to impose it on him. But at least you know. It's interesting that you haven't mentioned it to him at all.
Well, I've shown him some videos. You know, I don't know. Here's the thing. You're a lot to take in, so I'm just slowly,
Oh.
you know.
But he seemed ready to really hear the truth.
You're right. I know. I'm making excuses. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Sorry.
What a beta.
Beta. A beta male. Beta. I was weak in that moment. I was weak.
You too weak to tell the truth?
Well, I'm working on it. He's here. We're doing it. Come on.
All right, I understand. Tell me, because of time, tell me how you have been helped since coming to these meetings.
I've been helped through doing the silent prayer. It's not a suggestion, it's mandatory, it's imperative. I've gone without doing it, on little stints of not doing it, and all help literally broke loose in my life. So that, and of course, staying present, and just watching myself very closely. And just a very quick example, last week, at the end of the service, I was telling you about the peasant food, oatmeal, and someone in the back of me chimed in and disagreed. And
You were telling me what now?
oatmeal and how.
Oh, to eat oatmeal, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
How
said
not to
people
eat it.
who.
I was saying not
oh,
to
yeah,
eat
you
it.
said
It's
people
peasant
who
food.
eat oatmeal are peasants. A peasant?
Well,
But
it
go
is
ahead.
processed,
Right.
and all fiber is not good fiber, just like all fats are not good fats,
Right.
but that's a different subject.
Okay.
But the person behind me chimed in and immediately disagreed with me, and then another person did, and I realized that I was like, well, saying in my head, well, forget it. If they want to eat that peasant food, that's fine. I mean, oh my gosh, they will believe anything. Just like Jesse said, it's hard to unbelieve a lie. And I was having this conversation in my head,
Yeah.
and just in complete judgment, completely disagreeing. So the assignment went out of the window before I even left church.
What amazing.
And I stopped, I watched myself, and I stopped in that moment, and I chuckled, and I was like, it's no big deal.
Not at
Like,
all.
let them do what they want to do.
That's
It's not a
right.
problem. So,
Not at
yeah.
all.
that's-
Nice. You got to learn to catch the devil. You got to catch those thoughts and stop. You got to shock the ego. Don't go along with it because you're so accustomed to going along with it. But you could stop. You're not obligated to stay in a conversation and argue. You could stop right there and shock the devil, and he'll depart from you. Really. Right on. Amazing.
May I just say one thing about
Yes.
the tumbleweed
Yeah, are you a
assignment?
tumbleweed?
So last week you asked, and I answered I am. I find it interesting how the tumbleweed has a negative connotation to a lot of people. Because last week when I answered, my answer was that I am because a tumbleweed doesn't have a plan. It's just being blown by the wind. I appreciate what Hassan said, and it's so great to see you, Hassan. It really is. I just loved seeing his face when I walked in. But
Hassan went to Diddy's thing. he want a free Diddy. Free Diddy. I'm like, that Hassan? He was at the Diddy trial. He's like, free Diddy. Like, right on. But anyway.
That's right, free Diddy. I'm on his page with that too. So in any event, someone referenced how a tumbleweed picks up these dead leaves or whatever. And I think that's a positive for me because there is no death. The only death is me, the death of my ego.
Right.
So, yeah, I stick to what I said before. I definitely am a tumbleweed.
Okay. Amazing. The young man behind you want to respond.
To what?
How you have been helped since coming to these meetings. And because of time, I've been doing long, because of time now. How have you been helped? Or have you been helped?
Yeah. I am able to recognize that I don't have any love in me, which is, I think, a big step.
Let me restate that so y'all know. Human beings do not love human beings at all. Nobody loves no one. You have no love. All human beings are wicked. Wicked to the core. God says salvation is of the heart. You have to confess, I am an evil person. And that's the hardest thing in the world for a person to do, men and women, to confess that they are evil. Anyone that has anger is evil. And human nature is evil. And so you don't have any love. And as soon as you realize that, the sooner your heart will start to change, and God will give you his nature, which is love. Because the human nature is the nature of evil. You have the devil's nature. That's why I know no good is in you. But when you can confess, even if you don't tell anyone, but as long as you don't lie to yourself, I am evil. And anger is the proof that you're evil. And anyone that has anger has fear. You could be sitting in this room right now with thousands of people and have fear. You'll be sitting there in fear. And you don't even know what you're afraid of, but you have fear. But once the anger disappears, the heart changes, the fear will disappear as well. So at least confess to yourself that you're evil if you want to overcome it. Yes.
I'm also able to see like fits of shame and guilt and realize that it's not me.
Right.
And catch it like when it's happening.
Right on.
And that's huge.
Was it hard to admit that you're evil? To yourself, even if you don't necessarily have to say it to the world, but at least to yourself. Was it hard to admit that you're evil?
Yeah.
And why?
I don't really know. I don't know. I thought I had love. I mean,
Yeah.
so.
All evil people have the emotion called love, and that's not of God. God is a dispassionate God. He's not a passionate God. That's Satan love that you have. When you tell your children, I love you, you're telling them, I hate you. When the husband tells the wife or the wife tells the husband, I love you, they're saying, I hate you. Even on a phone call, you hear parents call their children, adult children, before they hang up, oh, I love you. Your mama said, oh, I love you. She's really saying, I hate you. And you can test it. Don't call her for a week. Let's see what happens. Don't call her. Or say, no, mama, you can't come live with me. Let's see what happens. You don't have love. Go ahead.
That's all.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Are you doing the silent prayer and everything?
No.
You're not doing the silent prayer, and why not?
Because I'm still searching for things outside of myself to fulfill that pain.
And when will you have had enough pain when you be still and let the Father take away your pain?
Well, I have periods of time when I do it consistently, and I want that, and then I guess I'm a tumbleweed. I let my mind tell me that the answer is outside of myself.
Yeah.
And if I just find it, it'll be that's I'll come to peace.
Human beings love thrills. They love thrills. Up and down, feel good and feel bad and do this. And after a while, you want to jump off a mountain somewhere. Okay, well, just suffer until you're tired of it.
I'll suffer and die.
Suffer and die. What a mess. This young man want to respond.
Thank you.
Is this your first time here?
Yes, since my first time.
And what's your first name and how did you hear about it?
My first name's Emil, and I heard about you through YouTube.
Speak up a little bit.
My first name's Emil, and I heard about you through YouTube.
Right on.
Yep.
Any questions or anything?
No.
Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes.
And you went to her?
I did.
And how did it go? Tell
that
us
went
about
well.
it.
That went fairly well. She was all right with it, and she listened.
Were you afraid to face her?
Yes.
And
At
why?
first.
All human, isn't that crazy? You're an adult man or woman, you're afraid to tell mama, I'm sorry for resenting you. Think about that. And if she doesn't like it, that's fine. If she start crying, let her cry. And she start, it's your daddy. I need to be forgiving you. Let her say that. If she fall out and die, you're like, oh, mama dead. I'm glad I forgave her. And then go in the kitchen and get the wheel and go and get your insurance paper. And go and turn that in and build yourself a house. And if you have a funeral, a little cheap box will do. Amazing, huh?
Yes.
And how did it help you to forgive her?
Well, I became a lot calmer, let go of the anger.
Right on.
And I became patient in almost everything. Yeah.
Any questions about anything? Where are you from?
I'm from Sweden.
From where?
Sweden.
Really?
Yes.
Heard around the world.
Yep.
By everybody and their mama.
There you go.
And if you black, everybody they mama. So you can't. Do you have any questions? You came a long way. Any questions or anything?
No, I don't have any questions.
Nice.
I've been
Are
watching
you
a long
married?
time. No.
You're not married?
No.
Nice. I mean, not nice, but. Oh, I'm glad you're here.
Yep. Thank you.
And is this your first time? Yes. In case you had a mic.
Yep.
If you don't have more questions. Nice. And what's your first name and how did you hear about us?
My first name is Bianca, and I heard it through Emil.
Nice. Have you dropped your anger?
Yes.
You forgave your mother?
Yes, I did.
And tell me about it. How did it go, and was it hard to do?
It was hard at first, because I did have to die to myself.
Speak up for me.
It was hard at first. I had to die to myself a lot.
You had to do what?
Die to myself, realize that I was evil, and.
Was it hard to realize you were evil?
Yes, it took a lot of work.
And why? You thought you were good?
I did.
And what was good? What did you think was good about you?
I thought I was a just kind person, and I wasn't. So I just thought because I grew up with Christ and with the Lord.
With who?
With the Lord, with God.
Dolores?
I'm sorry. No, with
You
the
grew
Lord.
up with the Lord?
Yeah, I grew up in church. So
you grew up in church, but you
Yeah.
didn't grow up with the Lord.
No, I didn't. So that's why I thought, I was a good person, but
Yeah.
then I realized
I had a
wasn't.
woman call my show, my radio show, and she was like, I'm good, I'm this, and everybody, I'm like, you're evil. She's like, you shouldn't say that to me. That's rude. I'm like, I'm showing you love, lady, you're evil. And she got mad. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I did realize how much anger I had in my heart, and I realized that I did blame my parents a lot for that, and so there was just one day where I was just fed up with it, and I surrendered to the Lord because I was over being angry and sad and stuff.
Right on.
So I did go to them and told them both my mom and my dad that I was sorry, and
what did your mother say when you forgave her?
oh, she was really receptive to it. Yeah. So was
Now,
my
most
father
mothers
as well.
won't be that way.
Yeah.
And your father, what did he say when you went to him?
My father was really receptive to it too.
Yeah.
He cried a little bit as well, because I did have, I think, the most anger towards my father, and I realized because it was my mother as well. I was really angry at my mom as well. I didn't even realize that I was so angry with my mom.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a good day.
All men and women hate their mothers and their father. They yearn for the father, but they hate the mother. And all mothers hate the father of the children. And she will turn them away. She'll destroy you. Are you married?
I'm not married, no.
Oh, good. Any questions about anything?
No, I'm good.
Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes, I pray.
Any question about that?
No.
Okay. What's your impression of Jesus now that you know you didn't, now that you understand you didn't know him at all?
Oh, I love him. I think he's great.
You love him now?
I after realizing all that, my relationship with the Lord grew even deeper, and I just think that it's just awesome being able to know him and to draw closer to him.
So you love the Lord now?
Oh yes, I
So
do.
do you ever get angry?
No, I don't.
You never get angry.
No.
You never get angry.
Okay, maybe sometimes when I'm on the road. I have some road rage.
Yeah, what?
I have some road rage a little bit in driving here.
So you still get angry.
Just on the road, yes.
So you still get angry.
Yes, yes.
How can you love God and get angry?
I guess it's hard to do.
It can't be done.
Yeah.
You of your father the devil, we have anger.
Yes, that's true.
So you think you still love the Lord?
I guess not.
Amazing. Do you see that clearly though?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And just see it. Do nothing about it. Just be aware of it. And
Yes.
seeing it, the light of God will change it.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
try to change it yourself.
Yeah.
Amazing. Any question?
No. No.
Okay. Who's here for the first time on this side of the room? First timer. Oh, good. Let's go to the young man in the hat first. Tell me your
Hello.
name, first name, and how'd you hear about us?
My first name is Alexander, and I came with Ye, who heard from the man sitting to the side of him.
Oh, okay. And any question about anything that you've heard so far?
I guess what she was just talking about, and your response was that every mother makes their kids hate their father.
Yes.
What if they break that cycle? Is that possible?
Let's say that you go and forgive your mother. Don't ever ask anyone for forgiveness. You apologize for judging them. Anger and judgment, it is separate you from God, right? And you apologize for judging them. And if you see that you're wrong for being angry because they couldn't help themselves, God will change your heart and give you perfect love, perfect peace. And if you should get married and make children, your kids will have nothing but love, and they won't have to go through what you have had to go through.
So it isn't. Oh, it's not always. You can break that cycle, is what you're saying.
If you overcome evil, yes.
Okay.
But you won't be able to find that anywhere
Why not?
because most people love evil. All people love evil until some hear the truth and they start to wake up from it. And I've noticed that over the years that in all families, there are one or two of the kids. They're part of the same family, but they don't fit. Somehow or another, they just don't fit in. The mother hates them more or something. Those are the ones that it seems as though God set them aside because when they finally hear the truth, as adults, they start to wake up. So there are kids in the family that want what's right, they just don't know how to get it when they're little. But when they become adult and they hear the truth, the light comes on and they're on their way. But it starts with you. If you get married, unless you marry Satan's daughter, but don't look for a wife. Just, are you married?
I'm engaged.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord, not yours, Lord. And how long you been engaged?
Like 3 months.
Does she obey you?
Yes.
She obeys you?
Yes, she does.
Have you forgiven your mother?
I have a couple times, but I don't know if she feels like if she understood what I was trying to tell her.
She doesn't need to understand. You need to understand. You need to forgive.
I have forgiven my mother.
You told her?
I have told her multiple times.
And why so many times? You only need to tell her once. Once you do it once, you don't need to go back anymore. Why have you gone back so many times?
I think I feel like my mother is like living in hell on earth.
She is.
And
all mothers are.
Yes. And I feel like as I've become awoke to the truth, I've like tried to help her to get out of that. And I think that she thinks that I think she was a bad mother, which I did when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But then I forgave her. But I feel like she doesn't feel that I forgave her, and that's like another reason why she's still living in hell, among other things as well.
What makes you think that you could help anyone come out of their hell?
I no longer think that I can make her come out of her hell.
Yeah.
I used to think I could help, but now I don't think I can.
Yeah. No one can help you, or you cannot help anyone out of their hell. That's why you're supposed to leave them in their hell. Your mother, your father, your children, adult children, because you can't even save yourself from hell. That's why you have to surrender. I can't even, God, I am tired of living this way. I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of being afraid, inwardly afraid. I'm tired of being this. I can't help myself. And you let go, and he'll come and save you from it. He'll take away all that stuff. You can't save your mother. Leave your mother in hell. She loves her misery.
I know she does.
Yeah, so leave her there. Don't try to save her. She'll destroy you.
Yes, I think that's what I've done now. But I feel like sometimes I feel guilty about it.
And who are you?
I know you asked this question to Ye a minute ago, and I wanted to say, but like it sounds arrogant, but I felt like the answer was I am God.
I know you think you're God. That's why you're trying to save your mother. You think you're greater than God because even God, he will leave your mother right in hell. He let her die in her misery until she cry out to him. So you do think you're God, but you're not God. But who are you?
I don't think I know the answer to that question yet.
Yeah. Why do you think you're God? Are you waiting? You're not waiting on God, waiting on God. He waiting on you.
I just feel like it's not even that I am specifically God. I think we all are God.
And why do you think that?
I guess that we all have a part of God within us because only God can create. And if we're here on earth creating, we have a part of God within us as well.
And why do you think that?
It just came into my head.
And have you heard that all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything?
I'm hearing that now.
What do you think about that?
You're saying that all thoughts are lies?
All thoughts, the ones that make you feel good and the ones that make you feel bad, are all lies all the time about anything. That's why God said that stay away from those things. They're not mine. Those thoughts are not mine and they're not yours.
So are you saying that there is no truth?
There is the truth. Absolutely true. And that's what you want to come back to. And it's not going to find it. You're not going to find it in thoughts. There's nothing but lies and thoughts.
Understood. So what's the truth? Here wants to ask a question.
I just said, so what is the truth that we come back to?
God is the truth. Present is the truth. That's the truth. Wait on God. He wait on you. God is the truth. The truth, you're not God. There's only one God. It's the truth.
We were just having a conversation like this earlier today. Like just talking about.
Speak right into the mic for me.
We were just having a conversation about this, something similar to this earlier today, just saying like the sun is above us. That's the only thing that we can prove. Right now we were talking about the creation of Christianity and it being legalized in year 300 AD and like, and that, all right, there's other subjects that I just don't want to touch on right now. I'm just tired of touching on, so. But what we came to was like that just being, it was kind of like being present about, 15 minutes before service started. And he sent me a text, and I was saying, oh, maybe I should go to church today. But the general gist of the conversation right before that was about that, just basically being present, and that, all these other things are just opinions.
Absolutely, just opinion, straight out of hell. Do you know God? Ye, your name Ye?
No, it's Ye, short for Kanye.
Oh, Ye.
It was like a nickname, and I
Oh
made
yeah,
it be my real
you
name.
keep changing it. I can't keep up with it.
My legal name.
Do you know God?
I'm not sure.
And why you're not sure? If you knew him, would you be sure about that? If you knew him? Or would you have doubt if you knew him? Would you have doubt, or would you know that you know him?
If I said I think I know him, I would still be saying I'm not sure.
Right. If you say, I think I know him, you would be saying, I don't know him.
I know I'm here now.
Right. Your body is here. But what does that have to do with God?
That he has me here right now?
That's for sure. But do you know him?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've had so many, this is the whole thing. I asked my wife this yesterday. I said, I just started asking questions about how Christianity was made, and then we were talking about astrology, then we were talking about the amount of time that it takes the Earth to do a full orbit around the sun, and just looking for things that we all could agree upon as facts. And that's like less than 24 hours ago to like this series of questioning right now, which is, it's interesting to me, like how aligned that series of questions
Because
are.
you want what's right. You want to know him.
Right.
And that's why you're asking those questions. So let me ask, do you want to know him?
Yes.
And how about, what's your name?
Alexander.
Alexander, okay. If you want to know God,
Yes.
you got to give up all ideas about God. Everything that you've learned about him, everything that you've heard about him, every belief that you have about him, you got to let it go. And then you shall know him. Because just all you have are beliefs and knowledge about him, and you're never going to find God with belief and knowledge. You got to let all that go, then you shall know him. To everybody, you got to let everything you know about, have heard about God, because it's just knowledge. It's just knowing about God is not knowing God. Reading and hearing about God is not knowing God. You got to give up all knowing. God is not in belief, he's not in thoughts, and he's not in your emotions. You got to let all that go. And then you shall know him. My children shall know me by my voice, not by belief, not by knowledge, not by thoughts or emotions. What do you think about that, Alexander?
That sounds correct to me.
What do you think about that, ye?
Oh, it's yay, but
I mean, yay.
Also,
Yay. What do you think about that?
it sounds correct also.
Okay. You got to let it go. Do the silent prayer. Both of you start doing the silent prayer. Give it. Oh, you gave it to him? The silent prayer. You know how when you've been praying all this time, you've been praying to God, oh, Lord, help me. And I'm just sort of, help my mama, bless my dad. And you've been doing that. And I want this and I want that. And you've been praying to the devil. But that's why you don't have peace, because you've been praying to the devil. God said to be still and know me. And so when you pray, you're supposed to go in, will it, in your room or whatever, but go inside and become aware of the not you. You're not your thoughts, you're not your feeling, you're not your body. And so you've been one with thoughts, and you've been praying to the devil. The church told you to pray to Jesus, and Jesus will help you. You've been doing that. But what God's going to do, if you want to forgive and all that, he's going to bring you out of the thoughts, and he's going to shine the light, which is where you are, under darkness, feelings and emotions and worries and doubts and trying to be like other people and jealousy, envy and strife, and they will all fall away and you'll be clear. He will take care of all of that. All you need to do is be still and be aware. Just be aware of the not you. You are not your thoughts. You're not your body. You're not your past. You're not your future. You're not your job. You're not your children. You're not nothing. You got to become nothing. And then you'll be everything. So That's what the silent prayer does. So give it a try. It's on the YouTube channel. It'll show you how to do it. And just let go and let God. That doesn't mean you don't stop singing and do your talent. God gave you the talent to be talent. He made music for you to enjoy music, but not to get an identity from it. You're not the music. And so everything's going to fall in place. So make sure you do the silent prayer. Give it a good try. Do your little hooping and hollering. And when you're done with hooping and hollering and begging God, be still and know Him. Any question about that?
No, not immediately.
Okay. How about you, Alexander?
No, I think I understand.
Okay. Amazing. Is your first time here? Yeah. Oh, you at the men's forum, right? How's your vacation? How your trip going?
Good.
Yeah. Any questions or anything?
Yes. I can say I overcame anger, and I used to have anger issues, getting frustrated a
Be
lot.
right into this, back.
Getting frustrated a lot with my daughter when she's misbehaving, and I see she's picked up anger, and as I've dropped it, I've become patient with her.
Yeah.
She's only 4 years old, and I want to help her to kind of recognize when she does get angry and overcome it herself. I don't know what a proper age is, and
Well, now that she's 4 years old and she's been traumatized by you, just stop doing it. Now that you're working on yourself, you're overcoming evil, and the light will shine through you, and the little girl will see that, and she will change too. It's good that you're doing it while she's young, because they get older, they're not going to hear it, because they love their misery, they love their evil like you did before you woke up. So don't worry. And if she act out or get angry, just tell her, hey, calm down, what's wrong? And teach her to speak up, but tell her, don't be angry. You don't want to be like me, or you don't want to be like your mother. Don't be angry. And teach her to speak up. And then when she tell you the truth about you or about her mother, don't yell at her. Just say, oh, if it's true, yeah, that's true. And she'll change, especially since she's so young. She has a chance. That make sense?
yes,
Are you doing the prayer every morning and night?
yes.
Right on. Well, good, man. Any other questions?
No, just thank you for you and the crew and what you do here. It's helped me a lot this past year, and just
Right
appreciate
on.
it.
Well, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, all right? All right. Let me ask the young lady a question next to you. Are you all right?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm a little tired, but I'm good.
Oh, that's why you're looking crazy?
Probably. I'm trying to be aware of what's going on here.
Oh, okay. Any question about anything you heard?
No, the answer, like the responses have just been very honest and really amazing, just to hear what's going through everyone's mind, their experiences.
Every human being on earth have the same problem. Every situations might be a little different, but it's the same problem. They need to return to the Father. And they're living in their emotions, and they have all these excuses. Everybody has the same problem. Isn't that amazing?
Very. I have a question for you, Jesse.
Yes.
Remember, I'm the person that answered yes, I pushed my mama in the wheelchair?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We were talking last Sunday about you hate your mother, and you end up stuck with her, right? You want to move to West Africa. All of a sudden, she want to go to West Africa. And then she want to live with you and mess up your marriage and your life. And now you stuck pushing her around in a wheelchair, and you be like, I hate this one. I'm sick of her. Why don't you die? Or push her over the bridge somewhere. You're pushing the person that you hate. You're not doing it out of love. Isn't that amazing?
Well, the not me tried to make me feel this week kind of like crappy about it, about me admitting, yeah, I used to push her in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And then by coincidence, me and my husband we were going somewhere to pick up food, and I passed right by the building that she used to live in. And as I knew we were approaching it, and there was like this song that reminded me on the radio, and I started like already saying, hey, don't get wrapped, don't attach yourself to these feelings. But the closer I got to her building, and I looked over, and I remember I started like affiliating these memories.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I boo-hooed for about 30 seconds, but I could see that it wasn't something that felt right. But then
Right on.
the thing that did occur to me was that it started to feel like all of that was just a dream. My whole life with her was just like a dream, like it were like if I'm maybe losing that memory and the significance. And I think that's why I kind of boohooed just a little bit, is because it felt like it never happened.
Right on.
So I thought that was a little bit of a strange experience, and because I for a minute I was like, wait, is she haunting me from the grave? I didn't know what to think, but then now that I thought about it a little bit more, I said, you know what? It just felt like it was all disappearing.
It was
like
just
all
a
that.
thought.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Satan reminding you of the past, which doesn't exist at all
Exactly.
now.
Right.
Just a thought. All thoughts are all lies. Amazing. Nice. Two quick people I got to speak to, and then I got to end this. What's going through you right now? In the green shirt.
I'm drifting off at times, and I'm trying to bring myself back to the present, listen to what people are saying.
Yeah.
I'm going through bouts, going back and forth, drifting off and coming back.
Right on. You can see that happening.
Yes.
Perfect. Just see it.
Yes.
Now, most people say to you're not aware of what's going through you right now. You think about 4th of July. You think about going to the party. You think about this, right? Right on. Practice being aware of what's going through you. Be aware, and that's the light of God. You had your hand? No?
Yeah, but if you want to get someone else, sorry.
Okay, I do. Anchor baby. This is the anchor baby. So call DSA.
ICE.
Call
Don't worry, I
ICE
already called them.
And let them know we got an anchor baby here.
Don't worry, I already called them. I got 100 with me.
What have you learned in short? What have you realized about yourself since coming to your meeting?
To keep it short,
He has his own show, yay, and he's the anchor baby.
this is true. American Anchor Baby.
His mother got pregnant, and just before she about to drop out the womb, she jumped across into the border and had him, and she went back and he stayed.
Yeah,
That's
sort
true.
of. Yeah. She abused the law fair and square.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
I'll keep it short, but just I can see what happened. I can just see. I can see what's happening inside.
Yeah.
I can see how I got here, and I can see where I'm going, sort of. But I can just see. Let's just keep it simple. I see that all thoughts are lies. I see that that all these things I thought I was just wasn't true.
Yeah.
And then dropping that, life is amazing, or at least in the process of that and all that.
I promise you, because we all go through hell, right? You can have paradise right here on earth. You can have perfect peace. And if anyone tells you can't, that's your enemy. They're lying to you. Anger is not of God. You don't have to be angry. All you need to do is forgive your mother, every human being, and your father. They could not help themselves. Your father couldn't protect you from your mother. He was weak. He didn't overcome his mother. But I promise you, if you forgive, you will have perfect peace. And situations out there will not touch you. You will deal with situations, but you won't be the situation. It won't bother you inwardly or anything. No matter what happens, you will never get mad. There is never, ever, 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 ever a reason to get angry. There's not one thing that can happen to you that requires you to get angry. Nothing, no matter what. And then you should be upset when people come in and out of your life. What's wrong with you? You get upset when people come in and out. Something wrong with you. People come and they go. Let them come and go, all right? And a tumbleweed is an example of a weak, pathetic person. The tumbleweed has no life. The tumbleweed just roll around and be bounced all around from one place to another. It has no life. And all human beings are that way until they come back to life. They drop that anger and start to wake up. It reminds me of when, down in Alabama, when I was on that plantation, we used to plant these plants, and they would put them like in a greenhouse, and then those plants that survived, you could see them growing up underneath all the dead plants. And my grandfather would take the green plant and take it out of the greenhouse and plant it in the earth, right? And that plant would grow, it'd be beautiful. That's the one that we would, if it collard greens or whatever, we would keep those plants because they grew in the light. They grew in the sunlight. Most human beings will never, ever, ever come into the light. They stay in the darkness of their imagination. They stay in the greenhouse. They turn dry and weak, and they die. They die. They never been put out of the greenhouse into the light. And when you don't come out of your thoughts and out of your imagination, you're in the greenhouse and you're weak. And you have no life and you're pathetic. And you just roll around, you want to be friends, you want to be joining groups, you want to identify with somebody or something, you want to have the best this and the best that, and you want to be seen, and you're afraid, you have fear. And I'm not talking about physical fear, you're supposed to take that yourself, but inner fear. You have fear, you wake up, lay down with fear, you're a tumbleweed. You won't come into the light. You stay in the darkness of your imagination. And people tell you, oh, you could be angry, everybody have anger, and you agree with that. You're agreeing with the dead weeds in the greenhouse. Christ is the light. And Christ said you don't have to be the way you are any longer. You can be you. There is a real, true you. And in closing, what I want you to know about the real you, and this is the truth, nothing but the truth. The real you are not guilty of anything. The real you have never done anything wrong. You have never done anything wrong. You're neither guilty nor innocent. You're neither right nor wrong. You're neither a sinner nor a saint. You're none of those things, but you're identified with this false self, and you're acting like, believe it and living as though it's true. You live in fear. You live in worry. You live in jealousy. You live in identities. You gotta let all of your identities go, and when all of your identities leave, the real you will appear. God is not judging you. He sent his son so you can be free. The Christ came and he brought you peace. But yet you accept misery instead of peace. Isn't that amazing? You have perfect peace, but you must be willing to die. The kingdom of heaven is in us, and you got to go in and live from there. You got to live from the kingdom right here on earth. I wouldn't take the risk of waiting until I die, singing about God and all that mess. You can come out of the greenhouse and live in the light. Any question about that? That makes sense a little bit? Yes. A short question, not long at all. Or comment.
So when you say drop the anger,
yes.
is that the same as seeing it and not identifying with
100%. You can drop your anger just like that. You can walk out of here free. Stop identifying with the hell of the imagination. Don't call it you anymore. Those are not my thoughts. I see that. I see those feelings. That's not my feeling. And then they'll be wiped away. All right? Amazing. Do what you want. You can live or suffer and die. And you got to let the whole world go to hell. Just say to hell with the world. Your mama, your daddy, your adult children, your friends, your cat, your dog. People love animals like they're human. And the reason people love animals is because they don't love human and they don't love animals. They get a false animal love from an animal because they are an animal. I rest my case. I'm done. And so listen, you don't have to have anger, folks. You can be free. Really. Go and forgive your mother. Everybody around the world, I hear the same story. Mother, I'm sorry for resenting you. You turned me away from my father. You imposed your will on me. I know now you can help yourself because your mother did it to you, and so on and so on. The evil come through the woman. And I realize you can't help her. I'm sorry. I was wrong. And if she says thank you, fine. If she doesn't, fine. You forgive her, God will forgive you. Forgive your fathers. They couldn't help themselves. They married their mothers or made babies with the mother, the woman they married or got involved with. They couldn't help them. Do the silent prayer, rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. and just stay with it, and stay with it all the way. I promise you, you'll have perfect peace and a clear mind. All right. Happy 4th of July. Happy White History Month. July is White History Month. July just feels white. Happy White History Month. Amazing. And we need your support. We got to pay bills. We got to pay everything. So we have a fundraising thing going, so donate. All right, go to rebuildingtheman.com, donate, or call 800-411-BOND. Stay with it. If everybody else fall away from it, you stay with it, because most people don't love the truth. They don't want it. They love their misery. They love their thrills. They love their pain. Leave them in their hell. Don't judge them. They're asleep and can't help it. All right, we'll see you on Monday on the show, on the radio show. All right, bye. Bye.